Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, although I'm known by my musical stage name, Bobi Wine. On January 15th, we had an election, a presidential election, and that was the second time I was running for president. I first ran for president in Uganda in 2021. That story is all summarized in a Netflix documentary, in a Nat Geo documentary that is on Hulu called Bobi Wine, the People's President. It was a long, sad, miserable story. But in January this year, I ran for president. We held the polls on 15th, and immediately my wife and I had cast our ballot. We were surrounded by the military and placed under house arrest. The following day, on the 16th, we were raided, but I escaped from home because I had learned earlier that there was an order to harm me fundamentally, an order issued by the Chief of Defense Forces, the head of the Uganda military, who is also the son of General Museveni, the president of Uganda now. I remained in hiding for over a week, and on the 23rd of January, once again, my house was raided, my wife assaulted, family members assaulted, and my wife ended up in hospital. Luckily enough, she used her smarts and escaped from our hospital bed and was able to make it out of the country with our children. I remained in the country for the next close to 2 months until I was also able to still make it out of the country and be here. Now, why did I escape from my country? There were orders, not private orders, but these orders were all even tweeted by General Kyagulanyi, who is the head of the Uganda military and the son of the current president, who issued an order that I should be delivered to him, dead or alive. He followed it up with another order that I should be found by the military and castrated. Now these are still on Twitter as we speak right now. Of course, this follows the constant bragging. He is also quoted, having tweeted that he had killed 23 of my friends, and these are not numbers, these are real people. And he was hoping that I'm the 24th person he gets unkilled. This is a person that has abducted my friends, including my personal bodyguard, tortured him, not in silence, but live on social media, shaved him, hair and beard, and then tweeted the naked pictures of him. This is the same person that raided the home of my personal political assistant, expecting to get me there. They thought that is where I was hiding. They didn't get me, and they abducted the wife of my personal assistant, held her in the military barracks for 37 days. In those 37 days, so much nasty things happened to her, but among which she told us that they even removed her contraception, the IUD, from her. Now these and many other abuses are done especially to women. Knowing that was the case, I knew what would befall me if I fell in their hands. That's how I ended up here. Now many people, especially back home, especially those that are in support of the regime but are trading under the Pan-African banner, were criticizing me of ending up in America and not in another African country like Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, and all these others. But we all know that the dictatorships back home are intertwined and look up to one another. We have a very known political icon called Dr. Kizza Besigye, who was the main opposition leader for so many years before I showed up. He was abducted in Kenya by Ugandan security, driven across the border in a car trunk, and right now he's in prison in Uganda, having been presented in a kangaroo military court. Many other citizens have been abducted either from Tanzania or from Kenya and other countries. That is how I ended up here. I'm not here to seek pity. I'm here to seek solidarity with Africans and citizens of the world, because I know that time immemorial, the liberation of oppressed places has been successful with the help of their diasporas. That's why I'm here. I could go on and on and on, but I hope that's introductory enough. Thank you.
All right, so let's stick with the theme of the military for now. And when people think of elections, you have to really